Hi-oh, welcome back. It's been a while since we last played Don't Starve. I think I made a video about it more than a year ago, probably. And it is one of my favorite games for sure. I do like it a lot. And I thought I should make a video after a while and also play the game a little bit because I have pretty much forgotten anything, everything. But I wanted to examine what's been going on with the game and maybe have a playthrough where we will try to survive for as long as possible. I could be going for 100 days or something just to showcase how it's possible to survive in the wilderness. I am playing Don't Starve Together. It's actually a better idea to play Don't Starve Together instead of the original Don't Starve because it tends to get more updates just because it's the multiplayer experience. As you know, it's extremely important to go for the flint super early so that you can get an axe and cut some wood. Since we are around, let's do it here. And it's always better to cut the bigger trees because they provide more wood, more logs, and probably they do require the same amount of effort too. Um, so I do like to play with Wigfrid. That's pretty much the only character I select every time, the same character. And the reason for that is that I do enjoy her fighting skills. She's a real fighter, that girl, and she has her battle helm and battle spear here, so she can battle very quickly. You don't have to prepare her for anything really. The problem is that she doesn't need, for example, berries or anything that's vegetable based. She just doesn't like this type of food, and this means that you have to very quickly go for either getting some meat, which you do have in the beginning a little bit at least, or just set up your base as quick as possible so that you can cook some stuff and get something for her to eat. And we're gonna be doing everything in this playthrough. I think I'm gonna be going for games that last videos actually that last for about 30 minutes. And if people enjoy the series, I will just continue and make more and more. And again, the idea is kind of go through the don't starve together and don't starve experience, and pretty much prepare ourselves to to fight all the monsters and gather all the needed resources in order to thrive in the wilderness. So initially, the most important thing is to roam around and find the needed materials, needed ingredients for cooking or materials for preparing stuff. And also important to be examining the map all the time just to see where you are. And I like to go around the edges of the map pretty much. So wherever there is sea around here, I tend to go around so that I can actually create a sort of like a schema of what the map looks like around the edges. And it's kind of easier for me to get orientated, so I can actually understand where I'm supposed to be looking at next. And it's always important to be aware of when the night will hit. But when you start the game, it's actually the day actually lasts a lot of time. So actually, there's a frog here. It would be nice to kill it. Just because it's evening, it went back to its bed, though. That's the bad thing about it. So we do have 2 logs. I will actually cut a couple more trees just to make sure that we have enough logs so that we can make a fire. We do already, but just make a little bit more. No big deal. As you know, this game is super awesome because it provides you with a lot of ways to die, and you have to be really careful. And you can pretty much die of all sorts of things. You have to be super careful, and that's the rewarding experience about this game. Really, the fact that you have to try a lot of different things and learn a lot of different things about the game, so that you can eventually survive without much effort. And you have to learn the patterns and see what works and what doesn't. And that generally comes with dying, really. Like you die a lot of times, and then eventually you get to understand what the game is about and what you should have done in order for you not to have died earlier. And unfortunately, that comes with a price, because Understandably, there are times where you may have played for like 50 days, and then you do something wrong or you're not prepared for it, and unexpectedly you die. And when you die in this game, you are pretty much dead. I mean, there is a way to revive yourself sometimes if you're careful, and I'm gonna be explaining as we play. But generally speaking, when you're dead, you're dead. So I guess it's like the real life. So you can never be too careful. Initially, and what I'm doing here is I'm trying to find kind of like navigate around the map a little bit and find the best place to camp. And I really recommend that you do the same thing when you start playing the game. Just spend the first few 3 or 4 days roaming around, and I will probably find gold also here, which is awesome. Gold is super important. I'm not seeing any nuggets here so far, but generally speaking, there are some around this graves area. And we're approaching the night also. I should be ready. I do have fire. I'm fine. So yeah, I kind of like to roam around and see what's the best place for me to camp, as I was mentioning. And generally speaking, the best place to camp is around bunnies and buffaloes, for two reasons mainly. The first one being the fact that you're obviously close to food. Actually, we have a boulder here. That's awesome. So I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Let's set up a campfire for now because it's gonna be night soon, and also get a pickaxe. We can even actually get the gold now. That's pretty awesome. And it's a big one, so we'll get some. Actually, I thought we would get two, but no. Oh, rocks too. That's also good. By the way, if you didn't know, you can gather things from the floor just by holding the F. Actually, I'm not sure why it's not working. It should be the F. Anyway, the F should be a hotkey actually for picking up stuff from the floor, but it didn't work for some reason now. It's actually the space. Yeah, I guess it's been a while. F it's probably for attacking. I suppose, yeah, it must have been for attacking. So space is the one that you can quickly get the items from the floor with. That's the hotkey. So it's a good idea to eat a little bit. So let's cook something and eat it. Obviously that didn't give us too much, so let's make one more. We will very quickly need to get some more meat. So eat that too. Always be careful of your levels here in food, hearts, like sort of HP and sanity. Sanity is fine, and generally quick fruit is good with sanity. Just killing things will bring your sanity up. Let's mine this since we're here also. Again, gold's super important. This one gave us 2. That's good. Let's press space instead of actually clicking the items individually. You really don't want to go through this type of terrain at the moment, although this is a patch. Because that's the swamp and it's super dangerous. I kind of want to examine the okay, let's go on the bottom and see if we're actually on the edge. Looks like we're on the edge here. Yeah. So yeah, that looks like it's the edge. Let's verify. So yeah, so this looks like, yeah, it is the edge. There are no paths here. There's no paths here. So let's just move a little bit upwards. So far we have found some areas here, but this one is probably the most cozy for camping, but it's not the best. I wouldn't really pick it. So let's go up a little bit, and it would be really nice to find something to kill and eat for later. Haven't seen something that's moving so far apart from that frog. Oh, that's another one. There you go. Let's kill that one. And when you kill a frog, or when a frog attacks you, if there are frogs around, they will attack you too. And sometimes there are times in the game where it's actually raining frogs. So this game is full of surprises. There are so many things that can kill you. It's insane. Okay. Let's move up a little bit more. Let's see what's going on here. We can get this stone. We have 9, 10 now. It's good enough. I think it requires 12 to set up one of the big fire camps, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I hear the sound, so I'm probably right. I do have a lot of twigs also, that's good. So doing well. Let's see where we are. So I think this actually may be the other end. We'll see. Yeah. So we spawned around here, I think. Here. So this must be around. We must be on almost the edge of that part, unless there's more here, which is likely. I mean, there could still be things. And don't try to attack the bunnies because it's you're not gonna catch them this way. You obviously need to build traps, and we are gonna be doing all that later. Super important, but I need to find a nice location to camp. Awesome. So I think we're good with gold. We have 6 so far, and we can always come back. So let's try to find something more meaningful now. It would be nice to have a walking cane so that I can walk faster, but it has to be winter in order for us to get that. Maybe later, we'll see. So what is that here? I think that's one of the standard passages. Yeah, so this side is pretty much done. There's nothing left to explore, right? Maybe there's something here, but unlikely. We may come back at some point later, but looks like super unlikely. That's a mine here. That's good to know. Let's open it up. Gonna be some bats at night, but that's fine. So what's up here? So that's pretty much the terrain that we're generally looking for. Oh no, this is actually not the one we're looking for. That's the one that has the stones. So not really. We like working on this part though, because it's way faster. Like this trail is actually way faster. There's another mine here. So that's also a nice area here. It's a more cozy area, a more friendly area to camp to. Should there be more things here? I think not, but since we are around, let's just examine it quickly. Again, wish I could run a little bit faster, but it's not an option at the moment. There's quite some good vegetables here, which we can probably use if they don't go stale later. So since we have one slot in the inventory, just fill them up with as much as we can. And we do need to eat shortly. You can generally find cats also here that you can kill and get their meat. It would be a nice addition. Something new for me to eat, and I think I'm seeing one, right? Oh, I thought there was a cat here. No, that's actually flint. And flint I don't think you can eat. At least if you're a sane person. I mean, you could try, but probably won't have the best results. Maybe later. So let's move on. What's going on here? There's a lot of carrots around. That's good. I could be picking up some grass and stuff, but I don't really require it at the moment. I'd say that my biggest requirement is to just find the place to camp and maybe find some food also, because we're getting low on that. So where are we here? So yep, going well. You see, we have opened up a large area of the map. We kind of know what's going around for a pretty large area. So this is the bees area here. It's probably small pots. Cool. We probably want to go on the other side now. Examine what's going on there. Yep, and that's the entrance to the other side. Almost approaching nighttime. Oh, that's we can get some meat here if we're lucky. We will be lucky eventually because it will pop out. You can use the F short key so that when it pops out it will attack it automatically. And yeah, it takes a little bit of time. It goes back and forth all the time. But now, actually F didn't work, I'm not sure why. Maybe I need to set up my hotkeys, I'll check that later. I had to do it manually actually. So we'll just set up a fire now. Because it's almost nighttime. And we do have 2 more logs for 1 more fire, 3 actually, and so 2 more for fire requires 2. So the fact that we have 3 pretty much makes us safe for a day. And our axe is here. I'll probably cut this while waiting. That takes a little bit of time. Obviously you don't want to go here, because the curtain falls and this is how you die. If you're stepping into the darkness. Log here, another log here. get the grass too, and we're good to go. Doing well, but let's also cook the... I should probably cook this first, because it's gonna go stale quicker. There's the morsel, let's leave it for later. Cook this, and eat both, because we need some food. And now we definitely need more food, because we only have one morsel to eat. So I'm gonna try to find food shortly. Hopefully I will be able to. Actually, I can probably kill this, but I'm not sure if it's actually worth waiting for it. Maybe not. Yeah, let's go examine instead, navigate around the area. We will find, we will have our chances, we'll find other things. So this is the area I was talking about. This is where you want to be around. And generally, the thing is, you do want to be around this area, but you do also want it to have beefaloes. So it's, well, it can actually have come here before. But you want to be around this area because of the beefaloes. If there are beefaloes. If there are no beefaloes, you can definitely find a bigger one where there are beefalo scent rabbits. So don't camp there if you know, if there are no beefaloes around. The beefaloes are awesome because they are great protectors, and especially when the hounds come, and when there's a super large pack of hounds as the days progress. Obviously, you can defend yourself, but it's actually nice to have you know, this extra protection. With the beefaloes, because beefaloes are super strong and they can absolutely decimate the dogs, the hounds, which can be a huge pain. Oh, that's nice. I bone quickly, and so we're gonna get our little friend to join us very, very soon. Okay, that's a frog. We like frogs. Oh, F1 now. Okay, that's good. Yeah, give you more. And the good thing about Wakefield is pretty much that damage doesn't really, you know, do much for here. So yeah, the frogs actually can have you drop the bones and drop stuff from your inventory, so be careful. But in the process, I gained some meat, some valuable meat, so that's awesome. And I'm gonna get more. Yeah, good source of protein. A little bit of frogs for your diet. A little bit of frog. Your diet is not bad at all. How much grass? We have 34, that's good, more than enough. So flint. How much flint do we have? 22, that's also good enough for now. So yeah, the main thing now is to navigate around the map. It's all about navigation in the very beginning. It's all about roaming around, as I said. And know where you are, know your map, super important. Scout. Know where you know what are the places around you, and where you should be going, and pretty much know where your resources are. That's the most important thing, and what to expect from each one of these map areas. So looks like there are quite a few things going up. That's good. So the map is getting bigger here. You see, I'm working up and up and up, and it's pretty much not ending still. So yeah, you can see that here. There are a lot of stuff to examine. And that's the beauty of this game, the fact that you have a lot of things to examine, and it takes pretty much quite some time to examine everything. That's the enjoyable part. And obviously the danger is there. There are a lot of dangers around, roaming around waiting to kill you. Actually, I wanted to cut some wood, didn't I? To chop, but I did actually earlier. But let's chop one more. We don't really want to overdo it. I mean, there's not much point in cutting like 30 logs in the very beginning. You will starve very quickly, and you're not really gaining much out of it because you don't really need them. So make sure that you are a minimalist in the beginning. So just you know, just gather as much as possible, as much as it's useful, not as much as possible, as much as you need to sustain yourself. And then once you set up your base and you have all your materials and everything, and your ingredients for your food, and you can build your stuff, your science engine and all that, then you can attend to you know, to your other needs, and just gather materials for the sake of it even, and so that you have them available at any point. That's probably good enough. So survived 3 days so far. I normally do play with a plugin that shows me when what is going to be the next uh, the next period, or if it's gonna be winter or summer or fall or whatever. I guess I left out quantum now. It's not whatever, but yeah, this is super useful, super useful to have something like that, and also a plugin that shows you the health of the mobs is actually generally pretty useful because it's I think it's a little bit better to actually know what you're attacking and how much HP they have. I didn't include that here. Um, Maybe I will later. I don't know if you can. I don't think you can actually include it now. Maybe. Otherwise, I may also start a new one, maybe, and continue from there. We'll see. If you want me to continue with this one, that's fine. I mean, not a big deal. We'll see what people want, if they actually do prefer playing this or playing a new one or whatever. Or even playing another game. I wouldn't mind. I do like Don't Starve though. I mean, it's a game that I enjoy, and I played a lot in the past, and it's a much more enjoyable experience when you play with friends, obviously. And yeah, when you create your own server, for example, like your local server, and you play together, that's an awesome experience because you're delegating tasks. Each person does their thing. So we can get a little bit of. Probably don't need the. Actually, oh, I thought I would get some coal, but no, because that looked burnt. But yeah, that's a nice thing about it, that you can cooperate and have somebody do something and somebody else do something else, and that's generally the nice thing about this game, that you can delegate and eventually build a nice base. And it's actually much better to play with other people because you get there faster and you learn things faster. So you learn from the other people's experience, and that's pretty enjoyable if you ask me. I really like those stuff together when I'm actually playing with other people, and especially with friends, and playing around the table, for example. It's priceless. I mean, it's pretty nice. Pretty nice. It's a lot of fun. So let's cook the morsel here. I don't think morsels give you a lot of hunger back. Yeah, that's like 15. That's like nothing. So these are small types of meat. Probably the frog won't give me much back too. So I really need to get something going soon. So what about that? Yeah, that doesn't give much. I probably have to eat the whole thing and still be hungry. Yeah, not so good. So now I don't have any other meat again. Where's my... I thought I would get the eye bone. I thought actually I should get followed by the little box. I don't remember its name now, but I'm not seeing anything. Interesting. I'll have to examine how that works later, because I'm pretty sure that's how it was supposed to work. We'll see. So how long have we been playing for? As I said, I want to stop it at some point. I don't want to let it go for long, so we're 23 minutes in. Probably play one more day. And oh yeah, actually it's here, Chester. Yeah, Chester's the name. How could I forget the name of my favorite Chester? So there's more here. Oh, you see I'm going a little bit insane. It can be easily rectified just by getting some flowers. How is a flower here? That's very weird. You actually don't spend time doing that. And yeah, that's the area I was talking about, obviously. That looks like a nice area here, and a big one. So if we can find the buffalos, it may actually be a nice place to, to set up our camp. And I wouldn't actually send it exactly on that area, but nearby. That's one pole also, useful to go around. If you don't know what it is, it actually connects different areas of the map, so you can jump on it and arrive somewhere different, which we don't know where at the moment. But it drains your sanity a little bit also, so be careful. That's what I need here. Let's get a little bit of monster meat. Actually, I didn't mean to attack the whole nest, but okay. Spirit gland is also good. We don't really need these seals and stuff, but since we have Chester, we can afford to have it together. And we can also eat the monster meat if we are out of meat completely, not a huge deal. Okay, our beef also here. I wouldn't normally get all these, but since we have Chester around, it's fine. He can store some things for us. Generally, then the most useless ones. The useless for now, because nothing is really useless. So maybe it's a good idea to set up some traps, because we really need to get some rabbits. So generally set the traps next to. Well, you could set them everywhere, but next to the holes is the best place, because obviously the bunnies will want to go near the holes, and they will get trapped eventually. We can also try to kill the little thing that I always enjoy. And if you don't know how this works, you just examine the footprints, the animal tracks, and whenever they they point outwards, you just go there. So that's the next one. And it's a little difficult to catch it because it's actually moving away from you when you are approaching it. But it has a lot of meat once you catch it, so it's worthwhile. I'm leaving the bunnies behind, but that's a better target. I'm gonna get meat for ages. That gives you like 9 meat or something. I don't remember, like 4 or 5, something like that. It gives you a lot of meat anyway. So I think it's worth it, especially since it's day now. And the best, and this is going to be a tip also. And that's actually a lot of bunnies here. That's good. The best way to catch that is wait for for the night to arrive, and because it sleeps, and once it's sleeping, then you go and kill it, and yeah, just eat it. So the creature is near. We're maybe a couple more or so. There it is. So you see, if I'm trying to approach it, I pretty much can't. So I'm gonna stay here and set up my base, because it's almost impossible otherwise, and let it sleep. And once it sleeps, this is when I'm going to attack. In the meantime, let's actually set a few traps, because there are a lot of bunnies also around. And we also don't have a lot of. We're actually pretty hungry here. Yep. We need to fix that. Let's get one more grass here so we can build one more. And actually I need a little bit more grass so that I can build my fire also. Or should do I? Yeah. Okay. Let's get them. Very, very important, because we need a fire. No fire, no party. You see this is running away from us, but I'm gonna show you how to kill it. Once it's night, it takes a little bit of time to be night. Let's examine the map while we're here. So this is how much we have opened up. There's more here, and there's probably more here. We're done here, and maybe done here also. Maybe there's actually a little bit more around here, actually. We'll see when we come back, but next we're gonna be examining this area here. So, oh, this is the end? The edge of the map? No. Still a little bit of time. If actually the edge of the map is here, maybe I can try something. Just maybe. Sometimes you can actually kinda attack it if you manage to close down on it. If it doesn't have anywhere to go. Like here, maybe, if I'm lucky. Yeah, I think I can. Maybe. Yeah. That was lucky, because we reached the edge of the map. I was pretty lucky there. You see, my HP is pretty much the same, so that's awesome. Yay! Best way to finish that that first iteration, that first episode, right? So let's make a fire and cook some stuff. Don't cook the monster meat. Just cook 3 meats. and eat a couple. Maybe 3 even, yeah, we probably need 3. Even 4 would suffice. While we're here, let's also get a little bit more of these grass, because we need it. And I do need a little bit more uh, sanity. Sanity actually raises in Wickfried when you're killing stuff. So that's pretty awesome. Just by killing and attacking this thing, my sanity went up. So that's pretty awesome. You have that extra apart from the flowers. You can also bring your sanity up doing that. And that's pretty good. You're doing well. Oops, it's night now. Let's go back. And I need to put a log also. Add some fuel. It was probably good enough, but just to be, safe. I think I'm gonna stop the video now, and hopefully that gives you some idea on how to approach the game and how to set up your initial base in Don't Starve Together. And if you enjoyed the episode, I'm definitely gonna build on that and make more. Maybe even play with others, because it's super enjoyable, as I said, to play with others too. But next I'm gonna be building my base and maybe jump forward a little bit, a few days, and set up my base and just bring you there instead of continuing to roam around. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, as always, leave a like, it's important, and subscribe. And I'll see you next with definitely more Starve and probably more of Don't Starve and some other games, I guess. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon, guys. Bye.